Hey everyone, thank you for the questions. There was lots of them, as usual, lots of enthusiasm and lots of knowledge, and lots of thirst for knowledge about learning what we're doing. So I really appreciate that. I'm gonna jump into them. We'll see how many videos this ends up being. First question was really the one that was probably most asked. Was, are we going to list on Nasdaq? What's the Nasdaq plan? Lucky 7, for instance, said this needs to be in the Nasdaq. Luke, or at Luke Tim Cow said, nice hoodies, Pete. We'll buy hoodies on Nasdaq entry. So my question to you is, what date can we buy a hoodie? So the Nasdaq question is a super tricky one, and you're not going to like this answer, but I can't say anything. I can't say when we might list on Nasdaq. I can't say if we're going to list on Nasdaq. That's it. We're looking at all sorts of opportunities. I've been pretty clear about many of those opportunities, and that's all I can say. We're excited about where we are. We're excited about where we're going, and that's all I can say, unfortunately. Okay, so then next set of questions, there was lots of questions about Pluto. HUD Cap at Hudders 1985 asked, could you do an interview with Pluto Digital on YouTube to give us some more color on their current staking projects and incubator projects, another awesome smart deal at a time when DeFi is starting to boom? So yes, actually, I just messaged the Pluto guys this morning. We're going to do an interview, and I'll post it here in the coming days. Atif, one of the co-founders there, is very eloquent and smart guy. So we'll do something on Zoom and we'll put it up so everyone can get a sense of what they're up to. Thank you for the idea. Lol M Shiz, who, is one of our, probably one of the best analysts of our company out there. He's always asking good questions and putting up interesting information. So thank you. I should probably get your real name sometime, but I actually like saying L or Lol MC Shiz, however you say it. Throw in a Luxor Team Tech video interview discussion as well. Okay, we will. I'll get the Luxor guys. We'll probably do Pluto first and then Luxor second. Your shareholders love the openness and would also be useful to demonstrate to the market. Yeah, well, absolutely, we're on it. Lotto hopes. Pluto intends to list on LSE in H2 2021. Check out the founder's LinkedIn page. My Q to PW, a founder of Pluto, was one of the seed investors in ARB at IPO. Could you explain the relationship between the two companies and how each one adds to the other's capabilities, please? Sure. So we're connected with a group of entrepreneurs in the UK. As you can imagine, we've been operating there for a while. Some of those entrepreneurs have been very bullish on cryptocurrency and on Argo as a kind of consequence of that since we launched. And some of those same entrepreneurs got together, completely independent from us, and came up with the idea of Pluto and have launched it. And after launching it, called us up or sent us the presentation deck, and said, would you guys take a look at this? Would you be interested? And we had some internal conversations and very quickly said, yes, we would be, given that the quality of the projects and the quality of the team. And then it was kind of off to the races from there. The deal came together pretty quickly. We liked the fact that we were able to put our Polkadot in, which was a good investment for us back from 2019. And it's a great project, and we're really happy to be a part of it. Next question from Wedgie74 at Wedgie741. With all the great news that is coming out of Argo, how will Peter G. Wall find time to sit on the board of Pluto Digital and be the non-exec chair of Cellular Goods? I hope he's not spreading himself too thinly. So just to be clear, my focus 100% is Argo. The other two board seats I'm a non-executive on, so it's not really a huge commitment. With Pluto, those guys are it's just a machine. They're bringing in really great projects. They've got a ton of experience. We're helping them on the public market side a little bit, although they've got a strong team on that as well. And we'll see where it goes. As I just said, it's a great project. On the Cellular Goods side, it's an exciting space. There's some interesting things that are happening. I think my role there is as non-exec chair will be to work with the CEO and work with the upper management to kind of share some of the things that we've done at Argo, and to try to build some of the same ethos. So we're having weekly calls, but it's really not a huge time commitment. It's more of kind of keeping the view from 35,000 feet. So no concerns at all about me being spread too thinly. My focus is Argo. Robinson Crypto. I love it. What a great name. At Paul Rob 411-51560 says, "Hi Peter and team, great work to date and liking the smart growth." Thank you. The investment Pluto gives you exposure to other blockchain projects, staking and DeFi. The coins shown on Pluto's websites are some of the best projects out there. Are you able to tell us the quantities of each? So we can't tell you the quantities of each of them. Obviously, one of the founders of Pluto was involved in the launching of YOP and has been very tied into that. So you can imagine that there's lots of connections there. The analysis that we did on their other projects that they have invested in and that they're planning to invest in the near term was part of our due diligence. We're super confident that the net asset value, the NAV, and the potential of these projects is going to give a good return. So again, I think the future is really bright for Pluto. Trading T at Trading T1. Hi Peter, at what price were the options given to those Pluto shareholders at which they can exercise? We have options in Pluto. They did not get any options in Argo as part of the deal. It was only us getting, and it wasn't even options, it was warrants, but close enough. Cellular Goods, interesting that you're sitting on the board of Cellular Goods. How does this affect Argo? Will the two companies be able to work together? So there's no direct relationship between the two companies, other than, I'm on the board of one and I'm the CEO of the other. And again, some of the same kind of ethos and approach to shareholders. I think you think you're going to see Cellular Goods adopt, and potentially, maybe they'll do the Michael Saylor thing, or I guess the Elon Musk thing, and have a look at putting some Bitcoin on the balance sheet. So no direct connection other than they're both in new industries, and I'm on the board of both. All right, the next question is from Aim Wu. At Aim Wu, I'm intrigued. I don't know if it's common knowledge or not, but where did you get the name Argo blockchain from? Anything to do with the film? So it's not anything to do with the film. Actually, it's a name from Greek mythology. Jason and the Argonauts, which is the group of the band of warriors that he traveled on a ship called the Argo, and that's where the name comes from. Argo was the name of the ship of the Argonauts. So many of you consider yourselves Argonauts and have been along with us for the ride. Some of you are newer shareholders and newer followers of what we're doing. So in a way, we're all Argonauts. I'm not planning to change my name to Jason anytime soon. There is a YouTube film, maybe we can link to it, that's Jason and the Argonauts. Or it's a film from the 60s that's on YouTube, which we can share, and it's worth watching, but that's where the name comes from. Microstrategy Conference, Jay at JYao111, Superfly Guy, IMZ, Richard 688, more numbers, and Evan at Evan Godinch asked about the Microstrategy Conference. What were your key actions or takeaways from the Microstrategy Conference? Did you disagree with anything he said? Well, what did you think the main outputs were, and did you come away differently thinking about the crypto space? No, I don't think I came away thinking differently. I would say a couple things. One is the conference was really about giving the blueprint of what they've done. It was really kind of a how-to as opposed to a raw Bitcoin. I think most of the people Michael Saylor and the folks who put the conference on recognize that the value in sharing what they've done was really in in showing how it was done, as opposed to telling people why they should do it. I think there was a kind of an assumption that if you were signing up, you were already interested. And so I think that's cool. And they've put that out as open source documents on their website. And there's an opportunity for people to go and learn exactly what they've done and how they've done it. So I think that was the big takeaway. Not super relevant for us on that side. I think there was some networking opportunities for us that were of value, and just kind of being part of that movement is definitely a good thing. I think the one difference, to kind of answer that part of your question, is we're not Bitcoin maximalists in the sense that we love holding Bitcoin, we love mining Bitcoin, but we're a blockchain technology company, so we look for yield opportunities in both altcoins and Bitcoin. Primarily, we're holding Bitcoin. Yes, the majority of our holdings are in Bitcoin. But as you guys know, we mine Zcash. We've mined other coins in the past. We might mine other coins in the future. We also are looking at DeFi. We're also looking at staking, validator nodes. All of those kind of the real gamut of the technology. So while we love Bitcoin, we think the excitement is not just around Bitcoin, but the excitement is around the way in which the kind of whole financial world is being transformed by blockchain and related blockchain technologies. Okay, next question is from Extra Ball, at Extra Balls. You are good to us, humble shareholders, Peter G. Well. I guess, yeah, thank you. We try to communicate. Number one, we already answered. What are Argo's connections with Pluto? Number two, do you see global hash rate still being dominated by China in 1 to 2 to 5 years? I think China is going to be a major player in cryptocurrency for the near and long term. There's no doubt that the majority of machines pretty much all of the machines right now are being made there. There's a lot of mining facilities. There seems to be what's the right word? A balance that has been found between miners and the government. All of the rumors that things were getting shut down have not come to fruition. So I think China is definitely just like they're a big portion of the world's government. I think they're going to be a big part of, and they are a big part of creating hash rate. That being said, there's definitely a movement to distribute and to decentralize hash rate around the world, and we see that as a good thing. There's more and more miners coming to North America, and we're part of that movement. We've got a facility. Our facilities are in North America, so that's a good thing. So I think China will probably continue to have the majority, but I think it will be less of a majority than it is right now. Is Argo in a mining pool? Which one? How does this benefit us? Pretty much every miner in the world, unless you're completely ginormous, is part of a mining pool. It's just the way in which mining is done at an industrial, scale. And that's because you just put your hash rate together and you can have a more predictable output of Bitcoin. You have a more predictable number of Bitcoins that you're mined. So yeah, we are part of a mining pool. We've used different mining pools over the years, and it's we're kind of pool agnostic. We don't reveal which mining pool we're using, but that being said, there's lots of innovation that's happening in the mining pool space right now, and there's a movement to bring home like North American mining pools, to set up North American mining pools, which are independent from the Chinese mining pools, because most of the big mining pools in the world are currently in China. Next question. From Fletch 832, when you successfully mine a coin, is there a celebratory dance or a special thing that you do at Argo headquarters to mark the event? And if so, can we see it? I love the idea. In fact, maybe we should start an Argo dance. If any of you have suggestions, please send them along. But we'd be dancing a lot. We mine a lot of Bitcoin. So I don't know if we'd ever get any work done. But no, it's one of the great things about mining Bitcoin is that you're mining 24/7 when you sleep. Like you wake up and there's Bitcoin there, and it's something that continuously happens. So it's an interesting way to be generating revenue from a company. Sausage Dog. Thanks, Team Argo. My question is on the higher time frame Bitcoin cycle and where you'll see this cycle in comparison to previous cycles. Are we in for a similar 4-year cycle, a longer cycle, or indeed a cycle with less volatility with Bitcoin price discovery? Your thoughts, please. Thank you, Sausage Dog. Good question, and I thank you for your memes as well, which are always fun to watch. So I think that obviously we're at the start of a bull cycle right now. We've come out of a kind of a down cycle over, the second half of 2018 and all of 2019 and the first half of 2020. And that was, a two-year down cycle, and now we're in an up cycle. I think this up cycle is going to last a little bit longer than the last one did. As Bitcoin is maturing, I think there's going to be less volatility moving forward. That being said, I think we're going to reach a peak in the coming 6 to 12 to 18 months, and then we'll retract. I think that's going to happen. The market kind of will correct, but I personally, and I don't like to give a prediction of where the price of Bitcoin is going to be in the near term or in the medium term, but I think that we're going to continue to see this thing grow over the next 6 to 12 months. I don't, given all of the momentum right now, I don't think that it's going to turn down anytime soon. So I think that answers your question. I hope it does. Okay, last question. Nick from Nick Saul, an old friend of mine in Toronto. Raps or Nets? This is a reference to the NBA, the Raptors or the Nets. And Nick knows that in my previous life, I interviewed Steve Nash a few times. And so he was thinking maybe I have more of an affinity to the Nets because now Steve Nash is coaching the Nets versus the Canadian team of Canada, the Toronto Raptors. And of course, I will never give my allegiance over to a non-Canadian NBA team. So the answer for you, Nick, is Raps all the way. Okay, thanks everyone. That's video 1. Stay tuned, video 2 coming soon.